Hello, Clementina. My full name is Geetha Upadhyaya.
Where were you born?
I was born in Chennai,
Where is that?
which is in the south of India. It used to be called Madras before. Now it's known as Chennai.
Was that a long time ago?
Yeah, well, pretty long ago. In Chennai, I was educated and I grew up in Chennai.
Did you go to school in Chennai?
Yes, I attended a convent called Presentation Convent, run by Irish nuns. That was my schooling. Then I furthered my education in medicine in the Madras University. My interest, even as a child, I think, was in the art world. So there was a lot of music and singing and dancing, which they encouraged us to do. Those kids who are interested in arts, especially. Very advanced.
It wasn't a traditional village type of setting?
No. It was a city where I lived in.
Okay.
It's a very cosmopolitan city, Chennai. We've got mixture of all sorts of people living there, a variety of religions, variety of languages. So it's a great mixture.
Okay.
But the school, of course, had very high taste and high quality and standards.
Okay. So then,
Because the school was filled with children from all over the world.
right.
Yeah, it was like an international school.
Okay.
So we had people from Africa, from Sri Lanka, from all over.
Africa as well?
Oh yeah,
Was it children of diplomats or
children.
of diplomats or just?
Sometimes diplomats, sometimes people who come there to work for some social schemes.
Oh, right. Okay. And they were all accepted as part of the community?
Yes, all were there, yes.
Oh, right.
We had plenty of what is called Eurasians, Anglo-Indians, so whose ancestors were English, but they came there, settled in India and married Indians, so they got the term Anglo-Indian.
Oh, right.
But most of them have now migrated to Australia, but those days they were full of Anglo-Indians in Chennai.
Oh, right.
And songs, folk songs and things like that. So in the school it wasn't traditional classical Indian dance or music. I learned that on my own, out of school hours. Yes, my parents supported that education of arts, but the teacher used to come home to teach us.
Or to do your traditional
Yes,
dances?
one-to-one lessons I used to have with a teacher, very senior teacher, who taught me dance, and music I learned from my mother, who is a very good musician herself. My mother used to sing a lot.
Yeah.
So when she sang songs, instead of singing with her, and she encouraged me to sing with her,
Yeah.
I started putting actions to those words.
You express the music
In dance, yes.
Alright.
Because in classical Indian dance, we have a lot of mime and expression,
Yeah.
or we tell a story through action. So, and then my parents encouraged me to take a teacher, start properly with a teacher.
Okay. Are you able to pinpoint the age when you found yourself dancing?
I think I started about 7 or 8, not properly, just for fun.
Yeah.
But the seriousness started after 9 and 10,
And
9 years old. Yes. I was encouraged by my parents from a very young age to participate in all the school dramas and festivals, either dance or music, singing or acting in plays.
Yeah.
So that went on for all the years I was in school. And then side by side I did my graduation in dance, classical Indian dance, the South Indian style of dance, which we call Bharatanatyam, which is very popular in UK as well. Because they make you do, for a few weeks they try you out, and then they said it's better you do one-to-one because you learn quickly, then you can grow faster. So I just started doing one-to-one with the teacher.
Did the teacher spot the talent in you?
I guess so, because they used to send me for all competitions
Yeah.
and representing the school and things like that.
Uh-huh.
So I guess they had faith in me.
So you'd win the competition?
Yes.
You'd come out top of...
Dance competitions, music competitions, and a load of things to do apart from studying hard to get the best.
And this was around what year?
When I was about 16, I finished school, but I chose to go into medicine.
Which field did you specialize
5 years you do general medicine,
Yeah.
which covers all the subjects.
in?
And then I specialized for 3 years in something called metabolic medicine,
What is that?
which deals with anything related to the endocrines, for example, diabetes, thyroid, obesity, all that, or acute medical care, which means you get admitted in the intensive care, handling people in the intensive care. That sort of a thing I did for 3 years. And then I did my PhD in cancer, trace elements and cancer.
Was all that in Asia?
All in India, yes,
Oh.
attached to the Madras University.
Oh. So then how did you come to be in England?
Yeah, okay. I worked in India for a while in Chennai,
Yes.
and then my husband got a job in Malaysia. So I followed him to Malaysia. And I worked in Malaysia for about 8 years
Yeah.
as a professor of metabolic medicine
Yeah.
in a hospital in a place called Penang. And then I moved to the east coast called Kelantan. And then my husband moved here to England for a job.
Yeah.
So I followed him here. So that's how I left India and traveled around the UK. Wonderful country. Malaysia is a beautiful country, and especially for its greenery. Nature is lovely there. It's got a wonderful weather. It's very hot, but it rains as well.
Yes.
So it's luscious country. The people are wonderful as well. Malays are very simple, down-to-earth people. So there's a group, the main components of Malaysia, the population is made up of Malays, Chinese and Indians. We had a great time there. It's a lovely place, and I taught dance in a very famous institute called Temple of Fine Arts. And in Malaysia and India, I just did as a hobby, dancing in the weekends when somebody is an occasion to dance, or teaching was just during weekends, not full time. I started teaching as in Chennai, in Madras, assisting my teacher. The way the Indian dance is taught is that we start very young, and then they reach a certain stage when some of the students perform a solo debut in front of invited guest audiences. So he used to make me work with those senior students.
Yeah.
And then in Temple of Fine Arts, I was assisting another friend of mine. And when coming to England, I've been teaching since '93.
That's a while.
Yes,
Yeah.
20 years this year is Kala Sangam.
So we go back to, you said you came from Malaysia with your husband and you came to England. When you came to England, did you come and work as a doctor?
Yes, I started my work first in Freeman Hospital in Newcastle. I worked as a consultant there, and then I moved to Guy's Hospital in London.
Yeah.
And last posting I got was in Hull Royal Infirmary. It works together in the sense, everybody in life, whatever profession they follow, be it a teacher or a solicitor or whatever, will have some sort of hobby or passion about something.
Yeah.
My passion was dance. So I just pursued it till I could, and I never gave it up halfway through. Like now, people say, "Oh, I've got too much to study, I have no time for anything else." We were not allowed to say that those days. Our parents wouldn't accept that. They say you have to do two things at the same time. So you learn dance and your main study. It's just a habit which you form in life. And I continued that. It went on and on and on. So it's nothing, At that point, we started Kala Sangam in '93.
You studied it in Hull or here?
Here in Leeds.
Or in Leeds? Also, you have a branch in Leeds?
No, we started the company there, but we moved it to Bradford.
So could you just give us what is the mission statement of Kala Sangam?
Okay, the word Kala Sangam is a Sanskrit word. It's a language called Sanskrit. It's a very ancient language like Latin.
Yeah.
Kala is art and Sangam is a meeting point.
Okay.
Because there are two rivers in the north of India in a place called Allahabad. And there's a third mystical river meeting, and the water color changes. So we thought the rivers were the people we should bring together through arts.
Yeah.
So the mission is bringing people together through arts.
Is it people from
Any
different-
walk of life, yes.
different races?
Yes,
everybody
yeah.
who's-
No caste, creed, ability, ages or bar. Well, I didn't start it myself because I never had an idea of starting a company or there would be a company. I didn't even know there was dance in UK. I was just working in medicine all the time. But I attended a performance here in Leeds. And the audiences I saw, it was a young girl dancing at a social function. And I realized that the audiences were all only Indians. So my husband, who's a consultant clinical psychologist,
Yeah.
he said that where are the local people watching this dance? Where are the others in the society? And we felt that it was his idea that we should do something whereby we really work with all communities to promote art as to them and learn their art as well, and there be a sharing, and Kala Sangam becomes a platform where artists come together, audiences come together, families come together, children come together, disabled people come together. So he founded Kala Sangam Arts, which means any art form, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. We also have other art forms we work with from Bhutan or Nepal, that sort of a thing. It can be dance, music, visual arts, crafts, poetry, puppetry, storytelling. And we work in a partnership or a collaborative manner. So we can work with Afro-Caribbean arts and dance, Afro-Caribbean rhythm with our dance. Or it could be English poetry and we dance to English poetry. So we sort of cross-cultural arts and cross-arts collaboration. Wonderful artists working with us. We've got great support from the communities we work with. And of course we have been funded by the Arts Council and by the Bradford Council. We've got a great team of trustees and staff here with us. Wonderful freelance artists, even Sohail has worked a lot with us. All their input has made it possible to grow the company. And you know, one person, it's not one person alone who can, one swallow doesn't make a summer. Likewise, if something has to grow, there's a lot of ingredients which go into it. A bit of water, a bit of manure, a bit of this sunlight, everything. So likewise, luckily, we've had a lot of support from every walk of life. And the company just grew. Of course, there was effort, a lot of effort has been put in. When we started Kala Sangam, we invested, my husband and I, put in £50,000 into the company by way of cash and in kind. And the Arts Council offered us a funding of £2,000 as a starter grant in '93. And then we refused it because we said if it's not going to work, then we can't return money if we take somebody's money. So we said, let's give it a try and see if it works. And they came back again and said, we'll give you 9,000 this time. Can you run a dance class? And, you know, so we agreed and slowly it grew. Well, I think every individual has got an artistic component in them.
Yeah.
But it's the time when you really, it's tapped and it blossoms. That one little precise moment makes a person come out as an artist. It opens up the artist in them. That happened to be mainly maybe because of Kala Sangam. Otherwise, I would have continued in medicine all along. So I think that the real artistic core in me, if I may say so, or the artistic soul, has happened because of Kala Sangam, 93 onwards.
Okay. What recommendations would you have for anybody who would like to follow in your footsteps? Because you've told us a wonderful story. You know, it's like I was reading a book and it's so interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would say if somebody has got a passion about something, never give up. Because you will have lots of stumbling blocks on the way, but if you want to achieve something, just trust yourself to do it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Geetha. It's been
Thanks.
wonderful having you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my reminisce about my nuns and the rest, which was delightful. But I wish you all well as well, and I hope New Cultural Voices opens up many good stories for the younger generation, and they become great, wonderful artists and carry on their culture and heritage for the rest of their lives and share it with others as well.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.